like an epic video, Black Hole Sun by the band Soundgarden illustrates a lot of what is going on today, although the song was made during the 90s. You see a group of wanderers entering a new town. Research for yourself who's known for wandering around, occupying other countries. Khazars, Order of the Rose, many of them have rose tattoos. Also see the roses inside the music video. These people love to claim that they are not from planet Earth. I actually consider this a little bit childish. They are holding up a sign mentioning the end is nigh, referring to the apocalypse. They carry crosses to suggest they are godly. They are dressed in gold and riches to show off their wealth when in fact they look more like occultists or circus magicians. The man with the red glasses seems to be some kind of hypnotist, and they're smiling grotesquely, pretending to be well-meaning, honest men. We see a woman who is preparing a fish, ready to use a knife on it before it slips away. Is this universe a predatory place where the strong feed off the weak? And are all stronger species unable to feel empathy for the weaker species? One of the wanderers feeds a lamb with milk. The sheep are too ignorant and unwilling to understand that they are being prepared for a mass sacrifice and slaughter. The feeding isn't exactly an act of kindness. Suddenly something strange is happening to the sky. The sun is being covered up by red clouds. Chris Cornell is singing Black Hole Sun, Won't You Come to Wash Away the Rain, also referring to the famous black sun symbol. The black sun is connected to the astrological cycle of life, which has many predatory effects on the human psyche and energy. During negative transits, people usually experience a lot of pain and suffering, but there are also positive cycles connected to trines and sextiles, which give human beings positive outcomes. Conjunctions from planets are usually a mixed bag, but it also depends on the personal astrology chart of the individual. Chris Cornell is wearing a t-shirt with something that almost looks like the entity Cthulhu connected to Lovecraft due to the necklace. It might refer to the immortal Hydra being which can replicate itself. Hydras are being studied and worshipped by many scientists. There is a mythos of a bloodline family connected to Cthulhu and the Hydras. Jordan Maxwell claimed that the Catholic Church worshipped the Hydra god Dagon. Are some of these Hydra beings maybe way more intelligent than we know and feeding off of our energy? Shortly after the wanderers have entered the town, people become overly narcissistic. They stop looking at each other and seem to be obsessed with their body and self-image. A woman covers her face in makeup to the extent that it makes her look like a clown. An overly tanned bodybuilder in front of her keeps working out, although in the same room they both ignore each other. The woman uses some kind of slimming machine which makes it look as if she's pleasing herself in other ways. A family is sitting inside a living room, smiling obsessively, which symbolizes their naive ignorance of what is being done to them. The boy looks as if he's pleasing himself. Boys these days are being taught to excessively please themselves and be obsessed with pornography at dangerously young ages. Parents have learned to accept it and look away when it is preparing the man to be emotionally unavailable for a real connection with a woman. The grandfather is obsessed with the television. The grandmother is staring at the butterflies in the living room. It could mean that people are being programmed with an advanced form of Monarch MKU through the media. Everybody seems absolutely clueless about the malicious intent behind what is happening to them, and they live in a violent state of exaggerated happiness. Remember how the law of attraction tells us to always focus on the positive. Ignore any kind of suffering because it is connected to karma. Ignore victims because they probably did it to themselves. Even better, blame the victims because they are stupid and deserve it. So this fabricated tool has literally lured people into ignoring everything evil and acting out as mindless, Idiots. On the TV, you see one of the wanderers smiling. Think of who owns the media. They are the ones who are helping these higher forces and hypnotize the town with their fake ideas, fake smiles, and fake wealth. They lure the people into harmful behaviors. Think of the banks that loan out money that doesn't exist, but only if you support the right people, of course. Two boys are torturing an insect. We torture and use other weaker, lower beings just as we are being tortured and used by those who gain power over us. Again, we might live in a predatory, parasitic universe. And some higher power could have their malicious game with us, just as the boys do with the insect. Young girls are being lured in by the wanderers and robbed of their innocence with false promises. Be an actress, be a model, or have a career. Focus on yourself, not on marriage or family. The wanderers seem to worship another power, creating an apocalypse through some sort of ritual. The boys are being attacked by the insects they were trying to harm. A slightly overweight girl is dancing in a ballerina costume, and her grandmother is encouraging it. It seems that everyone these days wants to become a celebrity of some sort. Realistic or not, later we see the grandmother lying in the grass murdered with an ironing tool. It seems that her granddaughter murdered her, symbolizing an increase of evil and psychopathy. It also means that people these days would literally kill their family members to achieve fame or success in life. The burning Barbie has been one of the most mysterious parts for most people. The Barbie agenda has been going on for a long time, which you can literally see in the new movie that came out. It was created to turn women into superficial, predatory beings that are only focused on fashion and eat men like flies, while being focused on materialism like cars, houses, and flashy things. It literally burns away their soul. The girl with the ice cream. Ice cream is linked to certain things that I cannot mention here. You need to research this yourself. Ice cream parlors have a history of being secret places for degrading fetishes. Joe Biden seems to be obsessed with ice cream and just invested a large amount into the company Genie's Ice Cream. There have been many accusations of ice cream men hunting children, but this is in fact linked to other secret organizations which have existed for many years. People's blindness and ignorance regarding these facts is highly disturbing. This music video has only confirmed what I have already assumed for a very long time. The singer Chris Cornell has been fighting against child sex trafficking for most of his life. So the girl eats the ice cream and her face becomes distorted while she spits it out. Often these kids get portrayed as if the ice cream is something else. Maybe you can imagine what I mean. But ice cream is also linked to child cannibalism. This is very heartbreaking to say, and I'm 100% sure that I know what I'm talking about. So the sky is swallowing up hundreds of people from the town, and slowly those people begin to realize what has been done to them. Nanoparticles or something else are raining from the sky. Maybe chemtrails? A couple inside their bathroom. The man is staring at the mirror, obsessed with his appearance and self-image, while the woman is having something rather controversial going on with her own dog in the bathtub. This is indeed happening to our society, that women and sometimes men substitute relationships or children with pets these days, especially dogs and cats. And they treat them as those because the partner doesn't give them any attention. The obsession with self-image has also been exaggerated by social media. People now often tend to choose partners based on how they can improve their social media profile. The man is not looking at the woman, completely focused on his own image. When they notice what is happening, it is already too late because they have been so preoccupied with themselves and their narcissistic ideas. The mother and her baby. Something dark is coming out of the cradle. The child has been transformed and isn't human any longer. The substance looks like black goo or some technology. maybe genetic manipulation. The current transhumanism is making people robotic and inhuman. It's turning them into something else. The child seems to attack its own mother. Some people are still smiling, even though the world is collapsing. Maybe because the law of attraction has told you to always focus on a positive. They are too dumbed down to notice anything. The sky is swallowing up more and more humans. Now, some have been discussing this music video on YouTube, and it's scary how many clues it has left regarding the current situation. I doubt everyone will be convinced, but those of you who know, you will be able to see it after watching it very carefully. Watch it over and over again. It was produced by a higher power than ourselves and is an iconic masterpiece. Feel free to add your ideas in my comment section. Please also subscribe and like because it helps my video to gain visibility, and feel free to make a donation if you like what I'm doing. Have a lovely day. Hope to speak to you soon. Bye bye.